if your brand is not cited on ChatGPT and it's not existing.
Discovery is moving from keyword engineering to credibility engineering.
SEO is not dead. Attribution will have to change. Reddit has the data that AI likes. The answer is community first, always.
Welcome everyone to Tyroo CJ Growth Lab Global Publisher Talks. This is a global conversation series where we sit down with leading media and publisher partners to discuss what's shaping cross-border growth. For our very first episode of the year, we want to look ahead and explore global affiliate marketing trends and strategies for 2026. For years, digital growth was built on keywords, SEO playbooks, and optimizing for algorithms. But AI is changing the rules. Instead of returning 10 blue links, AI increasingly delivers one synthesized answer, built from sources it considers credible. This means discovery is moving from keyword engineering to credibility engineering. And that's exactly why we picked today's topic, community as the new growth variable in 2026, lessons from Reddit-style trust. We're delighted to be joined by Mary Cooper, Partnership Director at Nicely Network. Nicely Network is a performance-driven publisher network specializing in high-intent, community-led content with a strong focus on platforms like Reddit, where real user conversations shape how brands are discovered, evaluated, and trusted. What makes this especially relevant today is that Reddit has become one of the most frequently cited sources in AI-generated answers, meaning publishers like Nicely Network are no longer just influencing users, but increasingly influencing how AI itself understands brands. Welcome, Mary. Thank you for joining us, and say hi to our China Go Global brands watching this episode.
Hi, Malena. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Could you share with us what you do at Nicely Network?
Yeah, so we're Nicely Network. We've been in the industry for over 10 years. We generated hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. And what we do now is we help brands to get discovered by AI by two services. First, we have organic content marketing on Reddit, where we'll position you as a market leader through the series of discussions. So no ads, we don't run any ads at all. And second, we also have guaranteed content placements in the top international media that are also cited by AI. So it's all about AI now, as you know.
Yeah, perfect. Tell me about it. Okay, so to start us off, I want to ask, when you look back at 2025, what is the single biggest shift you saw in how users discover brands online?
It's definitely the AI overviews and generally users' behavior with LLMs. So before, people would Google more and start their research there. And nowadays, people just go on ChatGPT and ask what is the best cordless vacuum cleaner. And then if your brand is not cited, is not visible on ChatGPT and any other language models, it's not existing at this point. Yeah, so that's the biggest shift. And this shift started last year when Google and Reddit signed the deal in February 2024 to exchange the data. So that allowed Google to train their AI models with Reddit data. And that changed the way content is cited and is presented on search engines and also on the AI models.
Yeah. And yeah, just a few days ago, I was searching on ChatGPT which Padel shoes to buy, because that's also trendy right now.
Yes.
So we're seeing AI tools frequently reference Reddit-style discussions. Why do you think AI listens to these conversations more than traditional brand or SEO content?
I think, frankly, because of marketers that destroyed the internet in a way, if I may say, because I think when ChatGPT came out and you asked ChatGPT, what's the best way to make money online? They always said affiliate marketing. So then all affiliate marketers started making all the blogs and the paid articles, and then it's very bad data for the AI to be trained on, because it's not the wisdom of the crowd, it's just someone else's opinion. So I think AI knows that it needs diverse sources of data, and Reddit is literally perfect for that, because it has the data that is structured in a way that AI likes. It's a question with a lot of comments, and there are social signals such as upvotes that show AI that this piece of content is relevant, people are talking about it, there is engagement. Yeah, that's definitely the AI listens, and why Reddit in particular? Because there is no marketing there. People go on Reddit to find out what real people writing about real products. It's very, very hard to do any sort of marketing there. And Reddit is extremely good at spotting any AI written slob, any bot activity. So people do trust Reddit a lot, and so do AI algorithms, because frankly, they don't really have any other options, because any other websites for them to scroll, they're just affiliate blogs and listicles. So Reddit became a very, very good source for them. And yeah, in February 2024, when they signed that deal, they started exchanging all the data. Google has direct access to Reddit API that allows it to scroll Reddit, read Reddit in real time. And they have some, but luckily they don't just read Reddit, and they also have the software that filters this data. But they read it all, and they train their models on that in real time.
Understood. So what kind of Reddit content is most likely to be picked up or referenced by AI? Is it like long discussions, or is it replies written by experts, or like consensus-driven threads? Yeah, what kind of content?
It's a very good question. We analyzed the data of over 10,000 keywords to see which ones are ranking, which ones are not. And we realized that what matters the most is the engagement on the content. So the more comments the content has, the more likely that it will rank on Google, and therefore on other language models as well. And in the eyes of Google, each comment becomes a backlink. So then people they reply to the comments, and they like stuck together in a branch of comments, and that is a very good signal for Google. So we also already published over 5,000 Reddit discussions. So we also have our own data to see which ones do rank, which ones don't. And yeah, engagement. So long content, to answer your question, long content is the one that Reddit picks up the most. And generally, people go on Reddit for different search queries. So best X, Y, and Z style keywords. So best shoes for paddle. That would be the exact query that ChatGPT will scan from Reddit and then give the data about it. So all research stage keywords, all comparison style keywords. That's what Reddit likes. That's what is very active on Reddit, and then and then AI models pick it up from there.
Reddit was cited because it was community-led. It was like trusted communities.
Still
So
is,
now,
still is.
still is, yes.
Yes,
But now we are designing contents for brands. So when you design contents for brands, do you still go for community first and AI second, or do you see these two actually naturally overlap? So is there any other practical content strategies brands should consider?
Oh, that's a very good question. And yeah, the answer is community first, always, because luckily the way the community works and the algorithm works is overlaps. They want good content, recent content, active content. And Reddit is extremely good with spotting anything marketing related, any bot activity. So if you just, to give the practical advice, if the brand just goes on Reddit and does AI SEO optimized marketing, they will be shut down very, very quickly, because Reddit doesn't, it's a forum for community to discuss different products and features and to share recommendations. So they don't want it to be a marketing forum. So they are actually pretty good with spotting that and moderating that really well. So always put community first, whichever content you do. It's not AI writing for AI. It needs to be humans for humans, and then AI picks up. Because if the post is written in extremely AI language with the dashes and all the like, it's so easy to spot. Redditors are, I would say, one of the most tech savvy audiences is Reddit. Depending on the niche, some niches are inside of Reddit, they would be less tech savvy, but some would be total savages, I would say. They would see and spot immediately and call it out. So for that, community always goes first. You always read the rules of each subreddit, because inside of Reddit there are different communities dedicated to different topics, which makes it super nice. Because we don't, like I was saying, we don't do any ads on Reddit, but we can target to the certain extent, because there would be community for people who love paddle, community for people who love tennis, community for people who love some certain tennis stars. So you can always choose the certain demographics or interest, and yeah. So for that, Reddit is really really good. And so if you go on that paddle subreddit and you write a very ChatGPT post, no one will even engage in it. So as a result, it will get no engagement, it will have no comments, no upvotes, and will not be picked up as a language model by the language models anyway. So we always read the rules and make it in a way that fits the subreddit, and make it in the most engaging way. So then it gets lots of views, lots of comments, and starts ranking.
That makes sense. Other than Reddit, we Nicely Network also do a lot of other content pieces, especially in AI SEO. That's what you guys call it, right? Could you also share a little bit how these two work together, and then how do you recommend clients to think about AI SEO plus Reddit, community-led geo?
We also have this one service that is guaranteed content placements on Yahoo and Business Insider. And this service is designed to amplify our Reddit results. It doesn't have to run simultaneously. It could be just some brands prefer to only run Reddit content with us, and some prefer to run Reddit plus articles simultaneously. And this way they help each other we will target similar style keywords. Because if you think about it, what is AI? AI is just a big combination of data, right? And it just has data from Reddit comments, data from Reddit posts. Then we give it data from Yahoo and Business Insider, because in the eyes of AI, these are really reputable, trusted domains that they know they will not be writing any AI slob, right? So they know they can reference them. And so for several brands that we work with, we simultaneously do content on both of these sites. And this way they get cited. For us, we published an article, Best Reddit Marketing Agency, because we were going to the conference in Las Vegas, Affiliate Summit West, and then get us to rank number one for on Google overview. Nicely Network was number one as a result of just several articles, which is a very good result. It's definitely not the most competitive keyword. It's not as competitive as best paddle shoes, but it is a good achievement. Just we wanted to showcase to the brands that we were meeting to see how we can influence AI models.
Yeah, definitely. What I'm interested to find out is also, is there any signals that you track today, but you didn't track before, before AI-driven search became mainstream?
Yeah, before that, the signals didn't even exist, right? These are AI citations. We track AI mentions. We track share of voice. We even have one tasty case study from one of the software brands that we work with, how we increased their share of voice significantly. And what else we track? We track Reddit impressions and comments and upvotes. So we provide with the monthly reporting of all of this. And yeah, we have like a report before we start working. And then with all the metrics that we track, we share later. And it's very important for the brands to be tracking these things.
Okay, understood. So there's a before and after reports to show the lift in all the metrics, right?
Yeah.
Great.
And we
That's
use
awesome.
different software for that. We use SEO software called Ahrefs, and we also use Profound.
Yeah. So I am getting a lot of questions from brands. Every brand is asking, how do I show up in AI answers? So from the your expert point of view, what is the wrong approach you most often see?
Wrong approach. Um, I think when they just focus too much on they go and like spend the tens of thousands of dollars of one Forbes article and hope this is going to get them cited. And don't get me wrong, Forbes is still one of the cited domains. But I would say the wrong approach is not to be focused on communities because it not there's not just Reddit online. There is also Quora and some other forums. So I would say if the brand is not focused, and I think historically some brands they just, especially some enterprise brands, they look down on Reddit and they think of it as some sort of black hat world, but in reality it's not. It is a community driven forum that is a main driver of traffic for brands in many niches, not just software and gaming. Like there are lots. You go for paddle shoes, I go for skincare advice. Like there's so many communities there, and the influence in these communities will help brands to influence AI models. So if you're not focused on communities, you are definitely missing out, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. My husband spent hours a day on Reddit. I have no idea what he's reading.
Conspiracy theories, probably. There are lots of them. It's a wild west there.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is a little bit relevant, but maybe there are different angles. So brands also ask, like, how should we think about GEO in 2026? So is there any strategic mindset shift you would strongly recommend brands?
Yeah, it's similar. It's no one canceled SEO. Like when people say geo, doesn't mean that SEO is dead. I think it's a very tasty headline that people now just use for clickbait purposes. They just say SEO is dead, and SEO is not dead. Is To begin with, these Reddit posts they still rank on Google, and lots of traffic is coming from Google search. How to think about the geo is optimize the websites, get in front of see where if you search your brand name, not a brand name, sorry, if you search your keyword in ChatGPT, analyze what kind of sources this query is quoting because it shows the sources, and then see how you can get into that sources because once you influence them, you'll be able to improve your geo positioning.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
often Reddit again. Sorry, every answer is Reddit, but it is again Reddit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. When we think about like AI generated answers, maybe people think about ChatGPT, but actually Google overview, the one answer they show on top of the Google search is actually code. A lot of the code cited sites is actually the
Yeah,
top ranked SEO sites as well. So like
exactly.
what you said, yeah, SEO is still relevant even when we look at GEO. That's a
Yeah.
very insightful one.
The big trend I see in geo that a slight shift from keywords to topics because the way AI reads these Reddit discussions and these articles is not necessarily the exact match of the keywords as it is in SEO, but rather match of topics because we have the data of all the posts that we did and we see that sometimes we write this one specific keyword but the post is ranking and is cited for lots of different ones, whole variations of the search query. So that's a really interesting data. So based on that we would recommend focusing on the topics and generally getting the content, as much content as possible, because AI is a numbers game. It is each data point is just a number in the eyes of AI. So you just have to produce significantly lots more content.
Yeah. Um, Advertisers or brands, or at least China brands, they are growingly become more performance focused. Even for AI or GO, they're still asking lower funnel metrics. So have you seen changes in how Reddit-driven influence shows up in lower funnel metrics? If you could share a case study where a brand saw measurable gains, whether it's in AI mentions, sales impact, or sustained exposure, that would be great.
Yes, I'd love to do that. We track all of that, and let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Nice. Just to briefly touch on some of the clients that we work with. So we work with over 300 different brands in the States and all over the globe. And we even work with TikTok themselves in China, by the way, they're one of our clients. And yeah, we already have over 5,000 organic Reddit discussions. And I'll just skip to this slide about the case study. So Castlery Furniture is a furniture brand. They came up to us in April and we ran a campaign focused on the bottom of the funnel because we can build different campaigns for different objectives. Could be AI visibility, sales, launch of the product, reputation. We can also help managing reputation online. But this particular brand, they wanted sales. So for them, we put them on the subreddit, for example, we put them on the subreddit female living space. So it's a community clearly targeted towards women. It has 200 weekly visitors. Then we ask using one of our accounts, and we operate a network of over 2,000 accounts. So by working with us, you work with an army of Redditors. And one of these accounts makes the question, but we do it in a way that targets the keyword. So best modern sofas is the keyword we are targeting here. Then we read the rules of the subreddit and come up with the text why we are looking for the sofa. Then we have another accounts that belong to us that will comment on this post and recommend Castlery as the top choice. And then we'll update the initial post and add affiliate link to Castlery here, because for them, the focus was conversions. So they wanted to track it. And how do you track it in affiliate space? You use affiliate link. And we generally don't recommend it, but we still can do it. And here are some of the results of this particular post. So this exact post is ranking #1 on Google for the target keyword, best modern sofas. And you can see it has top spot. And we already tracked $68,000 in sales for this client and another 5,000 monthly. But I'm pretty sure the reality is way more, because lots of people will just probably stop their research here. They will see Castlery and maybe they will open a new tab and go and shop from there. But this is only what we were able to attribute. So 68,000. And these posts are referenced by AI models. So these guys, they got conversions, but they also got the AI visibility because they go hand in hand. And another example, right? So interior decorating, 500,000 people visit weekly. So very active community. This post had 48,000 views. And again, we make the post targeting the keyword, and then we update and add affiliate link. And this is again how this post is referenced by AI models. So Google AI overview is quoting us here. And this is the sales data from one of the affiliate networks. So for them, we started, the growth of sales is still going, even though they don't have an ongoing campaign with us at the moment, but all the content is ranking and it's driving traffic and sales. So had over 500,000 views, 9,000 clicks and 68,000 in sales, and is still growing for now. On a separate note, their AI mentions, Google AI overview mentions rose up, ChatGPT mentions. So we track all of that and provide them with the analytics. Other case studies for software, I suppose, is less relevant, but just to give you an idea how it looks we choose this when we decide to work with the client. We first ask them the objective, like I was saying. Then we choose the communities. So here it's accounting software client. So first we put them on a subreddit related to small business, 2.2 million members. We make a post asking for recommendations. Then we have another accounts that belong to us, but they're not linked to the original account. And they recommend the client in the top comments. We use the upvotes to push it to the top, to make it the top comments. And then we update the initial post and add affiliate link to this client here. Again, is cited by LLMs. we've seen a lot of Reddit impressions and the huge uplift in AI overview mentions. And this one, sorry, the last one, and the share of voice, because I love these case studies. I'm very passionate about seeing this improvement. I can see how the share of voice, that's what we're also able to track in this software called Ahrefs. So McAfee, the antivirus, we were able to increase their share of voice. So amongst all the antiviruses in the world, their share of voice was 6%, and then it became 17%.
Wow.
Yeah, and lots of other examples. So Q4, you were saying what kind of case studies we have. We generated $1.3 million in sales for Walmart. And also we worked with loads of different categories during Q4, during Black Friday. So just to showcase that anyone from bicycles to 3D printers to cooking software, cookware and all sort of products that we promote, because Reddit is a place for pretty much everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really impressive. I'm sold.
Thank you. Whilst I'm here, do you mind if I show a little bit more about the content, how it works together?
Yeah, sure.
So the content placements, they are AI SEO optimized, and we write them about around high traffic and high purchase intent keywords in your niche. So for the same accounting software client, we do simultaneously run campaign on Reddit and campaign on Yahoo and Business Insider, targeting similar keywords for maximum exposure. And they get some views and clicks, but the beauty of them, they are more top of the funnel, other than like Reddit could also be bottom of the funnel. They rank for lots of high traffic keywords because AI recognizes the authority of these websites, so it quotes them. And we did this for like home furniture, and so all sort of different niches as well, just as an extra data point for your clients. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I'm sure after hearing all the case studies, all the brands would love to collaborate. So for brands who are interested in testing this channel, could you briefly just share what are the collaboration models? How do brands start working with you?
Yeah, I'll go back to the presentation if that's all right. We work on a flat fee model. So we have several packages available. It could be combined full exposure with articles and Reddit with this pricing, or it could be just Reddit, for example. But lots of brands, they normally go for light or complete light or complete plus package. So it would include 2 articles, each published on Yahoo and Business Insider. So you kind of get 4 and 5 Reddit discussions. So some brands, they would come and do a small test, and then they will come back with the bigger budgets. And yeah, for the Reddit, it could be 5 discussions, 15 discussions or 30 discussions packages. And when we do these discussions, so not only we post about the target keyword and about the client, we also manage these discussions. So the question I get asked very often is, what happens when someone mentions the competitors? Right? Because you don't want to be paying for the campaign where your paddle shoes are Nike, but then everyone's promoting Adidas, right? Sharing Adidas in the comments. So what we do, we using our network of accounts, we also kind of monitor this discussion. We downvote the mentions of the competitors, and we upvote all the mentions of the client. So because the discussions on Reddit, they're huge, and people normally just read the top comments. And so does the AI. They see the maximum engagement and maximum number of upvotes on the top comments, and that signals to them that this is probably the right answer. So we downvote the competitors, upvote the mentions of brands, and we manage these discussions for the whole duration of the campaign, which is at least 1 month. But I'd like to mention that it takes time for the Reddit. Unlike the ads where you turn on the tab and the sales are flowing, Reddit takes time. So we recommend running these campaigns for 1 to 4 months. It really depends on the client, but the results accumulate and the content is evergreen. So when the campaign is over, we don't remove it. So it keeps on generating traffic and sales over time.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Thank you, Mary, for an incredible, insightful 30 minutes conversation. I actually have more questions to ask, but we are time. So yeah, following this session, Nicely Network is actually offering a time-limited collaboration package. exclusive for this audience. So designed to help brands start experimenting with community-led discovery and AI era visibility in a practical and measurable way. So the offer includes a waived 1K onboarding fee plus 3 additional Reddit discussions included at no cost with any of the campaign package purchased. Thank you, Mary, for sharing the packages. Those looks really practical. We're almost at the end of the session, and we ask every publisher in this series the same question. So I'm going to ask you as well. What is one belief about growth or performance marketing that brands still hold on to today, but will no longer be true in the next 2 to 3 years?
That's a really good question. It was a very hot topic on ASW in Vegas. I remember discussing it with lots of marketers, and we collectively think that it's the attribution that will change because like when you think about affiliate marketing is normally bottom of the funnel, that just having tracking link and tracking the conversion. But now with AI models, its attribution will have to change because it's really hard to attribute the sales to the person who made the effort for this sale. So I think it would have to be repositioned in the funnel, and the advertisers will have to rethink the way they think about attribution and tracking the effectiveness of the campaigns. That would be my guess.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. So if you like to learn more, please reach out to your client development team for more details. And thank you for joining us. And we will see you in the next episode of Tyroo CJ Growth Lab. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mary.